Imagine coming home to find your entire family dead. This was the horrifying reality for a Utah teen in 2014. A normal day transformed into a chilling nightmare when this teen discovered his parents and 3 siblings lifeless in their own home. The police were quickly on the scene, stepping into a puzzle that defied all logic and understanding. The scene was eerily ordinary. No signs of struggle, no apparent break-in, no clear cause of death. The only clue? A strange to-do list found in a notebook, hinting at plans for a vacation. Feed the pets, find someone to watch the house, it read. But there was no suicide note, no farewell letters, nothing that could shed light on the unthinkable act that had taken place. The police were at a loss. Why would 2 parents commit such a heinous act and kill themselves along with 3 of their 4 children? The question hung in the air, a chilling enigma that would take more than a year to unravel. For a year the case remained a mystery, then in January, new chilling details emerged. The quiet whispers of family members and the diligent work of law enforcement began to paint a haunting picture, a narrative that was as perplexing as it was horrifying. The parents, it seemed, were driven by a belief in the impending apocalypse. They were consumed by fear, not for themselves but for their children. They saw evil lurking in every corner of the world, and believed that their only escape was through a drastic, unthinkable act. But the rabbit hole went deeper. Their fear of the apocalypse was not their only obsession. They were also inexplicably drawn to one of Utah's most infamous convicted killers, a man named Dan Lafferty. Lafferty was notorious for the fatal stabbing of his sister-in-law and her 1-year-old daughter back in 1984. His heinous act, he claimed, was a divine order from his brother, a revelation from God. This grim story was immortalized in the book Under the Banner of Heaven. Christy Strack, the mother of the ill-fated family, was not just a passive admirer of Lafferty. She had penned numerous letters to him, letters that spoke volumes about her disturbed state of mind. The Stracks had even visited Lafferty in prison, a chilling testament to their twisted fascination for the man. These revelations, as gruesome as they were, offered some insight into the mindset of the parents. They were a couple caught in the throes of paranoia, fear, and an unhealthy obsession. They believed they were protecting their children from an evil world, even if that meant taking their lives. The details painted a chilling portrait of a family spiraling out of control, a family so consumed by fear that they chose a horrific path. But even with these revelations, one question remained. Why did they spare 1 child? Despite the chilling details, the case leaves us with more questions than answers. We're left grappling with the stark reality of a family shattered, a community devastated, and a narrative that seems as perplexing as it is horrifying. The main points of this case are as clear as they are harrowing. In the fall of 2014, a Utah family was found dead in what appeared to be a murder-suicide. The parents and 3 of their 4 children were the victims, and the only survivor was their eldest son. The absence of a suicide note, coupled with a seemingly normal to-do list, baffled investigators and sent shockwaves through the community. Further investigations revealed a chilling backdrop. The parents, it seems, were driven by a belief in an impending apocalypse and an obsession with a convicted killer, Dan Lafferty. But what remains elusive is what pushed them to act when they did. One of the most haunting questions is why the parents chose to spare 1 child. Why was their eldest son left to discover the horrifying scene? Was it a deliberate act of mercy, a cruel twist of fate, or a mere oversight? The answer to this question may forever remain locked away in the minds of the deceased. And then there's the question of the trigger. What was the catalyst that drove these parents to such a drastic act? Was it a perceived sign of the impending apocalypse they feared? Or perhaps the influence of the notorious killer they idolized? Again, we can only hypothesize. Finally, we're left wondering about the nature of the parents' relationship with Dan Lafferty. The letters from Christy Strack suggest a friendship, but was there more to it? Was Lafferty a mentor, a prophet in their eyes, or just a correspondent? The depth of this relationship and its impact on their fateful decision is yet another enigma. Until we can understand the minds of those who committed this tragic act, we are left with a haunting, unresolved mystery. The echoes of this tragic event serve as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of ordinary lives.